And while his dad was dropping off his playbook, Jay Cutler was hanging out in Chicago, Illinois, his new home, and he is joining us right now on Bears Cam, the man of the hour, Jay Cutler. Anything going on in your life new, Jay?
You know, just hanging out. Nothing much.
Not much going on, huh? Well,
no. How you guys doing?
I'm doing fine, but okay. I haven't been pushing, March Madness off of sports headlines for the entire month of March, sort of like you.
Yeah.
What are your emotions right now that you're finally through the looking glass on this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean it's been some ups and downs, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and a little relieved. I'm a little sad to be leaving my teammates in Denver. But it's a new chapter. I couldn't be more excited to be in Chicago, and to be a Chicago Bear.
Yeah, I mean, if you could tell the young man in Lincoln City, Indiana, growing up there.
Yeah.
That he was going to be the future franchise quarterback of the Chicago Bears, what would he say, Jay?
I think it would have been a dream come true. It was a little bit shocked. I was a little bit shocked when it happened yesterday, and I finally got the call. Because I didn't really think this was going to be a possibility. You hope it is, but you try to be realistic and not put yourself up for that kind of disappointment. So, it worked out well for me.
I'm glad you got the call, Jay, because some people say you've been hard to reach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I think that there's some things that each side would do differently.
Right.
Myself and the Broncos. I'm not going to rehash what happened or go into they did this, I did that. But I think it worked out for both sides. I think the Broncos are happy. I think I'm happy. I'm a Chicago Bear, and they got some draft picks, and they got a good quarterback in Kyle Orton.
Now I know you want to turn the page, and I'm a page turning sort of guy.
Let's turn the page, Rich.
But just a couple, Jay. I mean, you can choose not to answer if you wish, but I mean, we've been talking about you and this situation for weeks on this program.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there have been a lot of rumors said about you that I'm sure you want to address, and one of them being, being Jeremy Bates when he was not retained. Many people thought that you went and told the Broncos right then and there that you wanted out. I mean, is that a true story or it's not a true story?
Like I said, there's a lot of things that happen. I'm not going to get into any of that stuff. I'm happy to be a Chicago Bear. I miss my teammates there, but it got down to a point where both sides needed to go separate ways. It wasn't going to work out.
Right, and I guess before we leave that, then, I mean, what would you have done differently? You said that I would have done something differently. They should have done something differently.
I think from the very get-go, from the jump, I think the communication was severed right there. So I think that. I would change some things. They would change some things from that very first conversation. But everything happens for a reason. It played out the way it played out. I got some bad publicity. They got some bad publicity. But I think it worked out for both parties.
Do you think part of your initiation in Chicago is going to have to be focused on removing some of that bad publicity?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this city is, I think it's happy, but I think they're a little bit weary of maybe what kind of quarterback they got. I've got to earn the respect and trust of my teammates, first and foremost. I mean, that's the very first thing that's got to happen. They've got to trust me as their quarterback and believe in me that I'm going to get the job done.
And who from your new teammates called and welcomed you? Did you get a call from Urlacher? Who'd you get a call from?
Yeah, Urlacher called, Devin called, Earl Bennett called. A lot of the guys have called. Greg Olson called. A lot of the guys were here, and at the press conference, and I talked to them, and it meant a lot. That they're behind me and they're supporting me, and everyone seems excited. Everyone seems excited about the possibilities that we have here.
A lot of Vanderbilt guys on your new spot right there, Jay. I mean, you got
we got 4 Vandy guys.
You got a lot, including one that's going to keep you upright. All right. So, but before I let you go, again, I mean, I know you said Elway, that was his town in Denver, but it was grown into a Cutler town, Jay. I mean, you had roots in that community. You had your Your organization was steeped in that community. I mean, what would you say to a kid that's a big fan of yours that just can't understand that you're sitting there with the sea behind you? What would you say to that young kid?
You know,
Jay?
I mean, I don't think that a child or children are going to understand the situation. You know, I mean, they're Bronco fans for life, and you know, I think that they feel like I betrayed them, and you know, I'm sorry for that. You know, I'm sorry that they feel that way, but you know, maybe later on in life they'll understand, and I think that the Broncos. I think they understand why we had to go different ways, and so do I. And you know, I'm just glad that you know, both sides are happy with the deal, and we can move on.
Jay, I appreciate you taking the time.